going to talk about a rotated, turned out ballet passe today. So I start with my youngest dancers in 5th position once we get to 5th. And we're going to take the heel flex up to the front of the ankle for the flex foot coup de pied. From here, we're going to make sure that the knee is rotated to the side. Of course, all the postural things in line. But we're specifically today talking about how to achieve the passe position. So that heel is going to come up to below the knee at first as they're working on it. Eventually, we want to teach them that that heel is going to go above the knee and trace over in a rainbow arc to get to the back of the leg, slide down, making contact with the back of the leg. Then we're going to work on it with a stretched foot position. So we're going to face the bar for this. So this is after months, maybe a year, 6, 7-year-olds doing the flex foot passe to get the action of keeping the posture, keeping the hip down, and just finding the placement up and over the leg. Now we're going to go to a stretched position. So she's going to demi-point this back foot. Try that again for me. Don't swing the toes away. Just roll straight up. Yep. And then the heel is going to touch at the back of the knee, and now we're going to let those toes go away. So I always tell them you want a triangle here so that we can, I'm going to let you siggle the foot, so that we can get rid of this siggled foot position. So we're going to aim that baby toe back and really glue the heel to the back of the leg. And then she's going to keep opening that knee to the side, pulling the belly in, getting a little bit taller in the spine. Bring the heel up to the back of the knee. From here, we want to make sure that the heel goes over the knee. A lot of dancers like to drop down and bring around, but we want to make sure there's an engagement in the hamstring up and over the knee to get to the front, slide down, and land in 5th. Coming from the front, we've got to really talk about this coup de pied front. So she's going to bring that foot up to demi-point, slide those toes back, and then peel the toes up. And I like to, with my little ones, pretend I'm going shopping and I've got my credit card, so I'm going to swipe my credit card through here, and if they've closed that hole for you, you can't go shopping. And so we really encourage the pressing of that heel forward. I physically go and swipe my credit card, ask them what I'm going to buy, what they want me to buy from their store, and we just have a lot of fun with that. So that's our coup de pied leading into the stretched foot passe. Again, at first you can stop below the knee. Go ahead and pull that up. And you'll start to get some rise in this hip. We're going to talk about how to get rid of that later. And you're trying to engage the hamstring, bring the heel closer to the hamstring, up and over the knee to get to the back. All right, let's face the other way and talk about this hip. You naturally get a lift in this hip. This is your beginners who haven't really figured out this alignment. And the rib cage moves over slightly. And what we do as dance teachers is we tell them drop the hip, level the hips, get the hip down. And while they try, I found a correction that helps a little bit more, is you tell them to isolate those ribs back towards the working leg, it naturally drops the hip. So by just moving a different body part, you've solved the problem. Another analogy I like to give is thinking of the hips being in one of those black swing sets that you put a baby in on the playground, has the leg holes and everything. And so they're in this swing set, and you take a hook, and you attach it right at the bottom of this hip, and if you can imagine the chain coming down and looping into the floor. So now they have a visual of something anchoring that hip down. Go ahead and lift the hip for me to get rid of that natural lift that you get in the passe. So hip is anchored down. You can get that visual of the swing set, or the ribs over will get rid of that for you. I'm going to give you one more drill for your more advanced dancers. We're going to start working into the leg, progressing into the développé side. So we want to start figuring out how to get this knee a little bit higher while keeping the hip down. I'll physically have them put their thumb in this hip crease. She's going to start to lift her knee up towards her armpit and then back down. Let's turn the hand backwards so the thumb's in the front. There you go. And knee up. And then we're going to go up and up and up. However many you feel like they would do that day, back to the passe. And then eventually, if you'll take this arm to the side and give us the knee all the way up. How high can we get the knee? And eventually, if you'll give us that beautiful développé side. And lower, thank you. Yeah, so lots of passe drills for you today. Hi guys, today we're going to talk about all the ways the usage and engagement of the inner thighs can help your dancers. So first we need to find those inner thigh muscles. So I like to do this drill with the ball. For your beginner dancers, you could just start them on their back, get their posture in alignment, and just start to squeeze the knees against the ball. For a little bit more of an advanced exercise, you're going to lift the hips into the bridge, making sure that the shoulders, ribs, hips, and knees are all in a line. We lift too high and show how that can pop out of place. Yeah, so we're going to close the rib cage down, elongate through the knee, squeeze. And so you would squeeze, go ahead and start squeezing maybe 10, 15, 20 times just to find those inner thigh muscles. And then roll down slowly. And we are done with this. And then we're going to show you some ways to apply that. So we'll take a first position at the bar. And what you want is in the first position that there's already a pressure in and engagement of the inner thighs. With your littles, you can ask them to imagine if they're holding something there. I often like to say, imagine you brought something into class and you don't want me to know you have it and you're hiding it there. You don't want it to drop. So we really get an engagement of these inner thighs. She's squeezing those. We'll rise up to the elevate. And then go ahead and let the inner thighs relax. And then re-engage. So you can really see how it pulls everything in towards the midline. It makes everything more streamlined and really help her balance. So she's going to take the arms to first and continue to engage the inner thighs and lower down. We'll take this to more of a jazz prep for a pirouette. She's going to turn parallel. We'll step forward with the right foot. What you often get here is dancers will engage the posture, but nothing going on in the legs really, and then they'll go up to the releve. Don't go up yet. They'll go up to the releve and then engage the inner thighs. It's too late at that point. So in this lunge, we already need the inner thighs working towards each other. Go ahead and do inner thigh engagement and relax, maybe 3 to 5 times, just to kind of find that. And then she's going to take a little bit deeper of a plie, inner thighs engaged, releve passe. And then of course we want knee a little bit higher. And we want that inner thigh magnetized towards the other inner thigh to keep the knee right in front of the belly button. We actually don't want the knee in front of the hip. We do want it to cross over, squeezing into that midline. Great job.